Hello and welcome to the Story Forge, building worlds for your tabletop role-playing games. My name is Grant Ellis and I'll be hosting this series on the Encounter Roleplay YouTube channel. A little bit about myself: I make games, I play games, I talk about games, I write about games, and I help people solve the problems that they find when facilitating their own. This show is specifically for world building for tabletop role-playing games. You're going to be building actionable worlds that motivate adventure for your players. While this show focuses on the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons, we'll be exploring other systems for ideas, techniques, and inspirations that we might be able to integrate into our world-building process. I'm a firm believer that the game is what you play at the table and the story is what you and the players talk about afterwards. I'm going to focus less on the lonely fun of Dungeons & Dragons and a little more, specifically, on the collaborative fun of playing a game at a table together or playing online using a virtual tabletop. As we talk about the different methodologies for world building and tabletop role-playing games, it's important for you to identify the techniques and tools that are most effective for you personally. There's a lot of techniques we'll discuss, such as adaptation, taking existing material from legend, myth, folklore, video games, and even news events. An example of this would be on the Encounter Roleplay web series from Season 5, Brave New Worlds, which I had the opportunity to Dungeon Master, where we took colonial North American history and turned it into a medieval fantasy setting. Another approach is to take a mashup approach. Find two things that you're passionate about and you like, and combine them together, creating a unique and new world. We did this in Season 6 of Encounter Roleplay during the Court of the Elves campaign, where we took the Arthurian legend role-playing game Pendragon and combined it with Paizo's adventure path, Curse of the Crimson Throne. There's a lot of components that go into world building. We're going to talk about history and setting, identifying conflict and finding what motivates players into going on adventures to begin with. We're going to explore environments, whether it's an ancient dwarven tomb or a spaceship that's soaring through the cosmos. We're going to talk about the different geography that impacts how players move from different environments, such as urban settings and wilderness settings, as well as how maps and cartography relate to all these topics. We're going to explore societies and cultures, the people that actually make up this world, what aspects about them are unique and important to the setting in which you play with, as well as the world that you've created. We're also going to talk about religion and the belief systems of the people that inhabit your world, as well as the pantheon, all the gods or the lack thereof that make up your campaign. Lastly, we're also going to talk about magic and technology, whether it's a low magic or a high magic setting, or whether your setting uses firearms or alien technology, or sticks with swords and spears and shields and armor. These are just a few of the topics that we're going to explore on this series. Now, let's take a bare-bones approach and make a world in just 5 minutes or less. Let's just boil this down into 3 basic components: location, character, and conflict. My first location is going to be a village just outside a forest. It's going to be home to an order of blue wizards, and every citizen is going to be a slave to the leader of the village. My second location is going to be a woodland community built high in the trees. They get hit every winter by the harshest storms. I've also decided that they practice fey magic, ancient fey magic, much older than the world itself. My third location is an abandoned dwarven mine. This is where the goblins hide. Something else that's interesting about this place is that the goblins themselves are shrewd traders, hawking the treasures that they find in the mines to those who live outside. My fourth location is the Invisible Tower, a tower that is itself invisible. An archmage lives there who practices forbidden magic. And also, I've decided a dragon is sleeping below the tower. Now I'm going to make 2 characters for my first location, and 1 character for each following location. In the village, I've decided my 2 characters will be Aimer the Fading, the eldest wizard, but also the oldest slave. My second character is Bergen. He's a harsh hobgoblin master. He's the ruler of the village. He's the one who's enslaved all the blue wizards. My character for my second location is going to be a human rogue named Orlando. Orlando travels between every community telling stories about the things he has seen and heard. My character for the third location, the Dwarven Mine, is going to be Grok the Goblin. Grok is going to be the investigator of the mine. He's the head goblin who's responsible for seeking the most valuable of treasures deep below the world. For my fourth location, my NPC is going to be Jasper II. Jasper is the Archmage's apprentice. He's served under him for over 50 years. Let's talk about the conflicts in this world between these communities. In the village, the Archmage has been sending Jasper, his chief apprentice, to negotiate with Bergen the Hobgoblin to obtain blue wizards. The blue wizards don't like the Archmage, though. They feel that his magic practices are evil, forbidden, and downright dangerous. A conflict between the woodland community is the fact that the goblins keep delving deeper and deeper, and with every treasure they remove from the mines, it's bringing the dragon at the invisible tower closer and closer to waking up. The last time the world ended, it was due to the removal of those magic items, the forbidden relics, so to speak. Let's turn this into a quick adventure, just with the bare bones. We're going to start on the road between the village and the mines. We're going to give our players a strong verb to call them to adventure. They need to find a missing goblin inside the mines. He's been missing for 3 days. To start, the players are going to be ambushed by members of the Woodland Realm. They don't like the idea of people delving deeper into the mines, and their fey magic has revealed that the players are working with the goblins. Now I'm going to write down a few secrets that the players may or may not uncover during the course of their adventure. 1. The missing goblin has been possessed by the soul of an ancient evil. The ancient evil needs to retrieve 3 relics to return to his true physical form. The ancient evil was defeated long ago by the Archmage. And also, the ancient evil was in fact a blue wizard. These are just a couple of secrets and a couple of ideas. We know we're going to start with combat. We're already on the road from one place to the mines, and we know that we are going there to find a missing goblin. That's it. That's all we need to start. We already know a little bit about some NPCs that are in the world. We know that Grok may know how to find the missing goblin. We know that it's going to be an ancient dwarven mine. All we're going to start with now, though, is the very bare essentials. Now you try and go through the exercise and just come up with a few locations, a few characters for each, and some conflict between them. Location, character, and conflict, and you are on your way to building a world and forging a story.